Hello there, folks. I didn't really take the chance to do a proper introduction during the episode, so let me do one now. If you do want to just skip into the show itself, there will be a marking on screen now with a timestamp for you to do that. This here is a trial run of a new show I'd like to do called, I don't really know what it's called yet, but it's going to have something to do with WikiHoles. Basically, this is just inspired by my innate ability to Google one thing, open the Wikipedia article, and then 2 hours and 26 related links later, be on a totally different article about something pretty ridiculous. During the show, it is up to the players to successfully traverse their way backwards from the last article I was led to all the way back up to my first Wikipedia query. As you'll be able to tell throughout the episode, I definitely haven't worked out all the details, though it has certainly proved to be an entertaining concept. In principle, this is supposed to be a game show, with points and a somewhat meaningful scoring system. Once again, didn't really pan out so much that way this time, but we still had a lot of fun, so I'll try to fix that for the future. Expect that in coming episodes, the rules will be altered slightly to allow for the game aspect to be a bit stronger. Also, allow me to give a more formal introduction to my two cast members. Ryan Kitz is a longtime creative partner of mine. We've co-starred in a few other immaculate productions together, and he clearly has the right kind of energy for this sort of show. Tedeschi was a teacher of mine back in high school. He is famously a moderator on the r/history subreddit, and, he was readily willing to participate in this YouTube game show nonsense when I first asked, so if that doesn't demonstrate how cool he is, I don't know what would. Collectively, the three of us make up the book club, which is a reference which I probably will never explain, so if you don't know, then you're just going to have to accept it. Obviously, as per the ruling of federal, state, and local governments, we needed to conduct this show with social distancing in mind, so we have chosen to use video conferencing. If you know me well, you'd know that I generally try to only opt for high-quality audio and video recording when possible, but unfortunately, in this instance, this is the best we can do. So, I ask you to bear with us, as I hope that the quality of content itself will more than make up for the quality of recording. Do remember, the whole point of this was just to serve as a pilot. I wanted to see how the concept worked before putting too much time into it. So we went for a bit longer than we normally would, just to see how it all worked. Essentially, this first one came out as a double episode, which is why I'll be breaking them up into two parts, both of which should go up simultaneously. In the future, expect that each of these will normally sit somewhere in the 20 to 30 minutes range on their own. In this case, the extra length gives us better ability to gauge how well the show works, both in execution and in reaction. And the best way for me to judge the latter is with you guys. If you do enjoy the show at all, or find it in any way entertaining, we'd love for you to let us know. If it's clear that people want to see more of these, then we'll definitely keep making them. Also to that point, please let us know if you'd be interested in getting involved. Moving forward, I'd like to make this into a team game, if you will. Essentially, Tedeschi will likely always have the actual knowledge advantage because of how frequently he goes to the beach to read books while facing away from the water. So, to even it out a bit, I'd like to give Ryan a few teammates, whom we'll switch out every show. If you'd like to come on for an episode, please let me know, as we will definitely need some participants. Obviously, this is a great opportunity for you Bergen folks who know either Kitz or Tedeschi, but by no means do you have to know them to join us. Any of you who know me locally, through college, or through anything else, also feel welcome to come on the show if you enjoy it, as I assure you you'll fit in fine. And for those of you who aren't inclined to participate but will continue to spectate, thank you all. Clearly, this show is going to be a lot of fun for us, but we sincerely hope that it can be just as fun for you too. And that's kind of what makes all of our time worth it. So, without further ado, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the next half hour of nonsense. Thanks. All right, gentlemen, first article for today. Can somebody tell me, what is a McJob?
McJob.
Yes. What is a McJob?
Job.
I'm not familiar with that expression.
That's
right off the bat, slogan, McDonald's hiring. This is like the starting position of the hierarchy of McDonald's. You start with a McJob, then you can like work your way up, become a McManager, a McCEO, all the way to Ronald McDonald himself. It's the start. It's like the low-level peasants of the McDonald's workforce.
If I tell you that this is not official for just McDonald's per se. You're definitely. I mean, you're
Just
pretty much
McDonald's.
right. Yeah,
Burger King too. What's that?
It's not explicitly a term used for McDonald's.
So just a job.
But what? If you throw Mick in front of it, what might it entail?
Hamburgers.
Irish.
McDonald's Irish?
Is it?
I don't think it's Irish.
Other than maybe that it's a job for Irish people.
That's
or the or the structural hierarchy of the McDonald's corporation.
No, a McJob is like like any unskilled work. Like you get a McJob.
That's good. That's basically exactly what it is. It's just meant to be an entry-level job that requires very few skills.
I was right the first time then.
Yeah, but then you went up the whole
doubted
McDonald's
me.
food chain.
Doubt it.
It's not. The point is, it's not just McDonald's. It's definitely not a term endorsed by McDonald's.
But it's
kind of
probably
making
where it
fun of
came
them.
from.
So you were
Well, it's
Googling.
obviously what it's based on.
Are we allowed to say Google or just you were search engineering?
DuckDuckGo.
We were duck going.
So you Googled what can you do with your life this summer?
And it said, get a McJob.
It said McJob. Yeah,
That's
because
right.
it's for somebody with absolutely no marketable skills like me. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's sorry that you have no talent, Deaglan.
Well, that's a little upsetting. That concept to just put Mick in front of something. There's a broad term for that, and that's kind of where I came from.
Abbreviate.
What would
Abbreviation.
You're not really abbreviating. You're adding
It's
more to the word.
it's a patronym or something like that, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. That's not the word I've got here.
Make it more fun.
All right. So, no.
Alright.
They're McWords is what they are. You just put
McWord.
Mick in
Oh
front
my
of something.
gosh.
Yeah, and then you get McWords.
So you're
So-
saying that people use the word Mick like as a prefix in front of all kinds of things, like McJob, McWork.
Well, McWork isn't one. I've got a short list ones here that are quote not officially related to McDonald's, like McJob. Anybody else want to take?
McNuggets.
Well, see, now that is related to McDonald's.
That's just on the
That's the
menu.
only other McWord I know.
Anybody want to take a guess to what a McMansion is?
Oh, McMansion, yeah. That's like a big, gaudy-looking house in a middle-class neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a mansion that seems out of place. Pretty quickly built, pretty cheap.
So does Mick stand for like out of place?
It really it just kind of means like
The derivative.
the derivative is McDonald's.
That's what it's like.
They're saying McDonald's is classless?
Yeah.
That's slander.
Well, you say that. There's another one called McLibel.
McLibel.
Yeah.
McLibel?
Anybody want to
Spell
guess?
it. Use it in a sentence.
McLibel. That constitutes for McLibel.
Is that
That's a
when
libel.
they sued Oprah for saying things about the beef?
That's when they've sued a lot of people
Yeah.
For
about
saying things about the beef. For beef.
That's bad news. You can't do that.
If you go
McDonald's
around,
had some McBeef and sent out some McLibels. Make some McMoney.
You get a very real McLawsuit. Yeah.
Mick lawsuit on your hands. You're gonna get Mick sued if you keep saying this. We got a few more here that are pretty good. So there's Mick Paper.
Classless paper.
Like a very low circulation local paper, newspaper. I mean.
No, well, actually, if anything, not local paper. No,
Fake
A bad paper. A really bad newspaper.
it's kind of fake news. It's
Ooh.
just yeah.
You're really pushing the social issues, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's our goal here.
Am I
actually.
supposed to guess
We're gonna
now
make some social
which
change.
paper counts as McNews?
Imagine
Is that where this trap is heading?
Now, which Mick paper let me to the Mick words? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of great ones. There's Mick Church, which is just a mega church.
A mega church. Time out. Whoa.
Yeah.
Mick is talking about small things, classless things. Since when
Not
is Mick Church a
small.
giant church?
It's
mega
not like
church.
it's not
Low
literally
quality.
tiny.
It's not. I do have these other three though. A Mick Dojo.
It's a dojo for people under 5'11".
It's a dojo, not even 5'11", specifically for 5'6" Irish people.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah.
No, it's one of those like scam dojos where like some guy named Ira tells you he's a 12th degree black belt and charges you a lot of money, but he doesn't know anything.
Yes, and how recently did this happen to you, Tedeschi?
I spend a lot of time on YouTube.
Say it
anyway.
isn't so.
No, it's true. But but no, I have different. I actually like to call them rabbit holes, which is ironic because of the one of these like rabbit holes I go down is a type of video that's called bullshito videos. You ever Google that or put that into?
I
YouTube?
have not. No.
All right, can this be the next Wikipedia article? I think I know what this is.
It's a contraction of bullshit with judo, bullshito, right? And it's just like people with like fake videos of doing martial arts, like death touches and things like that.
The whooshy finger hold.
Well, those Joe Rogan always reposts those, and he
bullshito.
He'll call them out. Yeah,
Bushido. There we go.
Those are great. That's basically what this is here. It's just a dojo that's seen usually. It offers rapid advancement.
Less than legit
paying
dojo.
Larger fees. Yeah, exactly.
Whoa! I didn't get a point.
You know what? That's true. I feel like I probably missed a couple points. I haven't been dinging for these points here.
Deaglan, this is a game show.
It's
not a conversation.
Yeah.
Come on, keep up with it. We need a winner.
You'd feel like I should actually be keeping track of some of these points. I was keeping track of the first few, and then I stopped for a while.
Well, it's a little Mick game show that you have going here.
it's a Mick game show. That's fair. That's not wrong. A Mick nuke. Anybody want to guess what a Mick nuke is?
Faulty nuke.
A Mick nuke?
Nuke.
Yes,
nuke.
like nuclear bomb.
N-U-K-E.
A tiny bomb. All right.
It's a ghetto nuke. It's like some kind of like dirty bomb or something.
A ghetto nuke.
Could you elaborate on the idea of a ghetto nuke?
Like a dirty bomb or something like that.
It's a nuke that only speaks in incomplete and/or run-on sentences.
What? There's obviously. I mean, you know very well that I don't have a degree.
It's a lower class nuke.
I don't have a degree in particle physics, but I'm pretty sure like that there are like quality grades of nuclear weapons. Like there's got to be like a good, bad, medium.
A good nuke versus a bad nuke.
Versus the bad nuke. Do you think they get
them,
to decide when they're launching a nuke? Like, let's launch a bad one.
I don't want to waste
some of them. They're
McNukes.
McNukes. That's what I'm saying. They're McNukes.
What kind of country do you reckon possesses McNukes?
Obviously, India.
Obviously.
All right. Well, no. This a McNuke is just any nuclear weapon that's privately owned. So if you're a private person who owns a nuclear weapon, that's a McNuke. It references here
a ghetto nuke.
Associated with the political philosophy of a narco-capitalism.
Narcissistic capitalism? Isn't that just capitalism?
No,
That's
not narcissistic.
It's not narcissism. It's a narco, which close enough. You know what?
I'm confused. There's people who own.
We're gonna give a point.
There's somebody who claims to own an actual nuclear weapon.
Apparently, there are privately owned nuclear weapons, which are referred to as McNukes.
I'm going to take that as a confession and say that those people should be arrested immediately.
Should be arrested
for domestic terrorism.
My favorite one here is a Mick refugee.
Oh boy!
What is a Mick refugee?
A privately owned refugee? Is it like when you're like hiding a refugee in your like house? Like
I would say the word you're looking for there is
walls?
slave. Privately owned refugee.
I'm gonna say a McRefugee is somebody who like is not really a refugee, like somebody like who like had to leave their apartment because it was getting fumigated for a week or something.
So this is like it's like a rite of passage of sorts. Imagine it like that. Like this is like last night I got my McRefugee card. You know?
Yeah, I would never use that.
Wait, you just don't have like a refugee card? You have your McRefugee card? What's the difference?
No. It's like a up top high five. You know?
Yeah, nobody would say that.
It's
That's the same kind of people who make
But you
McNukes
might.
are the people who say that.
What does a refugee do?
He flees or leaves from one country and goes to a different one.
Leaves from one area, goes to stay in another area for a while, right? And what's a Mick?
I've been trying to define Mick this entire time, Deaglan, and I've had no success. And my closest definition is small and or dirty. So,
was it a father's name or a family's name or
McDonald's refugee? Combine the two.
McDonald's refugee.
In definition, not in syntax.
Fast food restaurant. Person who leaves from one area and goes to another.
A McRefugee is just simply somebody who's spent the night in a 24-hour McDonald's. So if you've stayed the night in a McDonald's that's open 24 hours, if you slept there for the night, you successfully have earned your McRefugee card. Is that actually what it is? That's. I mean, as according to.
That's happened to me.
This random page on Wikipedia.
That's happened onto a McDonald's. Speaking of McRefugees, I went into a McDonald's and I had to use the bathroom, and there was because I was on a pretty long road trip, and I had to use the bathroom. There was no other bathrooms in sight, and I try and go to the McDonald's to use the bathroom, and they stop me and they make me order something before I can use the bathroom. I guess a lot of restaurants probably do that, but it makes me sad.
You gotta wonder why they gotta be such McDicks about it. It's just not
seriously.
Is that on your list, or did you just ad-lib that really complicated?
That was really clever, Deaglan.
Wow,
funny
I made
joke.
that one.
Because what you did there, dick jokes, very good.
Anyway, so all of this all comes from the one word that we haven't touched on, the article that brought me to the concept of McWords, which this one I think we're just going to give to you here, and we'll talk a little bit about what it is. But it's the last McWord on my list here, and it's McDonaldization.
It does sound bad, right? Like I'll McDonald's-size you or something. That doesn't sound like a good thing.
This is big colonization feeling.
Are you saying this is when McDonald's eminent domains surrounding property?
Yes.
It's just like the McDonald's is just grown so much in numbers that they just show up with a steamroller and they just tear down your apartment building and you're like, what the hell is going on? And they just hand you a Happy Meal and tell you to leave.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They're expanding their borders, their territory.
Mine was much more serious. It was like a McDonald's psychic attack, they slowly invade our shared collective until everybody just eats McDonald's all the time. They're McDonald's-sizing the society. That's
as in a 1984 kind of.
Yeah.
We're brainwashing you.
Yeah.
So it's not quite as cynical, and it's a little more broad. So you're saying society is in presumably Western society where McDonald's is.
Time out. McDonald's are literally everywhere.
I had a McPaneer in a Indian McDonald's.
Yeah, there you go. When I went to Austria, they had a bunch of McDonald's there too. Stopped there for lunch one time.
Beijing. Very nice McDonald's.
Beijing does have China in general. I think also has a lot of McDonald's.
KFC,
as well.
Very nice KFC.
They have KFC there too.
Do you recommend the one KFC in Beijing? That one Beijing KFC, top notch.
There's more than one, but the one that I'm talking about is actually a nice joint.
Yeah, when I go
to the nice one.
When I go to foreign fast food places are so clean and nice, surprisingly. High-end fast food places, way more than the McDonald's I go around here. They've got big ordering stations and everything's nice and neat. And
if you're a Beijing, what do they call somebody who lives in Beijing? If you're a
Chinese,
somebody living, if you're in Beijing, Like McDonald's or KFC is like a pretty luxurious night out for a lot of people.
So what you mean basically what you're telling me is that foreign McDonald's really are just like Donald's. They should just drop them in.
Yes. Exactly.
America has the McDonald's. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
We've got
Yeah.
McDonald's. Yeah.
It's true.
I
It's like,
bet-
it's like our airports, like the American airports.
Oh my
They're
God.
never as nice as the international ones.
So what is, in a broader sense, what is McDonaldization?
So this is when foreign people get a taste for McDonald's food.
It's when McDonald's opens up
I mean-
foreign restaurants.
Essentially, you can call it as globalization. Really, it's a mixture of McDonald's and Westernization.
I
So
see.
it's the idea
Yeah.
of spreading McDonald's as
Yeah,
symbolic.
yeah.
That is
Oh.
the first thing I said.
See,
Oh,
the
Taking over
term,
other territories.
the term that I would have used for that is
See, yeah,
McWorld.
right.
But yeah,
McWorld. The McWorld is one of the words that that has come up a
Yeah.
couple times.
A dirty world.
It's
there's a
it's a dirty world. It's a small, dirty, cheap world. Yeah.
Irish.
there's a good
World.
book called
Ireland.
Jihad versus McWorld that is worth reading if you're interested in it.
That we was almost on this WikiHole. I clicked on that one and I decided to back out and go down a different way, but we were very close to going down there.
So he should get
Um,
minus points for that, right?
So you definitely get minus
well-
points. So I'll be honest, this next one you're not going to get, but I want to talk about what it is because it's great. And it's
This is
Madonal.
talk.
Say it again.
Madonal.
McDonald.
Madonal. Yeah.
Is this when Madonna goes to
MADO.
McDonald's?
NAL.
Finds herself a McJob, working for the McBoss.
No. However, it does kind of have to do with Saddam Hussein.
I don't know how we got
When
there.
Saddam Hussein built a McDonald's in his home.
No, he didn't do that. Why
See-
did Saddam Hussein not open McDonald's?
Because it was a filthy American fast food chain.
So what did people have to do instead?
Eat at McDonald's? Did he
No.
open a fast food chain based off of McDonald's?
Instead, they had to open up a McDonald's.
Why would they call it McDonald? They could just call it McDonald's. It's their country.
No, but that
Because
represents
that-
Western culture. You can't
That
do
would
that.
be remember. That's Mick trademarked, and it would lead to a Mick libel case, and they would get Mick sued.
That's
all right?
my point. If it was Saddam Hussein who was going to sue him, and he could call whatever he wants. There's no copyright for him.
Yeah, but his people will know that he stole the idea from the Western world.
But if you call it McDonald, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Did they serve hamburgers?
Yes.
So their main menu item
Madonna nuggets.
was a burger called Big Macs, but spelled MACKS.
That's completely unique and original. I see no problem with that.
So they
That
got like
was,
the same translators from like all of those old Nintendo video games to.
Yeah, right. What did one particular journalist praise the McDonald's for having, unlike most other restaurants?
Hygiene?
Yes, actually, kind of. Ironically, McDonald's was oddly hygienic. There's something specific that he references about the McDonald's.
They have a McPlayground.
An ice cream
It's-
machine?
it
A working
is-
ice cream machine?
It is something definitely to do with like sanitation, health.
A toilet? Is it a bathroom? Is it a bathroom?
They weren't the only ones to have a bathroom. It's
Tables, chairs, smell. Did it smell good?
it. We'll give you the point there. He is quoted in saying
It didn't
least
smell
this-
like crap.
At least this one didn't reek of poison gas.
Ah,
That's good.
that is a plus, I will say. That
That's
does not put me off.
So, I think in this case, they were totally within their rights to call it a McDonald because Mick isn't the appropriate prefix to use here. It doesn't
No,
smell
it's
like
a
poison
clean,
gas.
nice
It's a
McDonald's with no
clean-
poison gas. I mean,
It's nice.
come on.
Yeah.
It's just like all the foreign McDonald's are all really nice and high-end, classy meal at McDonald's.
So there is also on here several references to whether or not McDonald's will finally take legal action against McDonald.
This is like, how long ago is this? Like, is this a recent thing?
This was first opened in the 1990s.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like just now, McDonald's is talking about taking legal action.
But McDonald's opened up in Iraq. Like Iraq now has McDonald's. They first opened up in 2006.
And McDonald's?
McDonald's is still there, still running strong.
Yeah. They got some kind of differentiation going, like no sesame seeds on their buns or something like
Well,
that.
remember, they sell Big Macs.
Not Big
sells
Mac.
Big Mac.
Right. It's like the McDowells from Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. You ever see that one?
I have.
Yes.
That's
They got the
excellent.
golden arches. We got the golden arcs.
Yeah. So before McDonald, all right. So where might I come from in order to get this? This is one of the ones where
That's
it's sort
the
of
question, isn't it?
Saddam Hussein. I
It's the
thought we
question for
established
you.
that.
We didn't come from Saddam Hussein.
No. Where did you get to from McDonald's? So you were looking at McDonald's. You were looking at underground guerrilla fast food restaurants.
Or McDonald's.
Kitz, you're gonna get the point for that. It was just a list of McDonald's everywhere in the world,
And McDonald's showed up on it?
and McDonald was.
But
was
it's
one of the
not
ones in there.
McDonald's. It's not McDonald's. They can't do that.
McDonald was in C also. Okay.
You're telling me that the Wikipedia page that we just uncovered in this game of wits is a list?
Of McDonald's?
That's the one we're on now. Yeah.
That's
And
not a
I
real
wanna
wiki
know,
page.
Is that what you started
It is a
on?
wiki. Is it? No, this isn't where I started at all. It is a Wikipedia page, and it's called "List of Countries with the McDonald's Restaurants."
It's on Wikipedia, but it's not an article, is what I mean. You said articles. A list is not an article.
I mean,
could be an article.
it's an article. It has a contents page, and there's a couple different tables.
If you searched up wikipedia.com/McDonald's around the world,
Okay,
You would
We're,
maybe
we're
get
rolling
to
with
that
it. We're
same
rolling
page.
with it. We are rolling.
before
with
you were on the list of McDonald's in the world, you were on a list of fast food chains in the universe.
it. No. Well,
Okay,
we got to get through some of this. Here's a great part about this page though, and here's where it gets really interesting. Is the ones that are listed as having former locations.
Mm.
So there's just a few here that are specifically referenced, as in for the fact that they had McDonald's, and then for one reason or another, they didn't have a McDonald's anymore. Yeah, it stopped being a thing. I will say this actually before I hit that. One other really fun one. Cuba has a McDonald's. It has one McDonald's.
Oh, is it in an embassy or something like that?
It's in Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah. Okay.
It is on the Guantanamo Bay military base.
So Cuba has no
our troops.
McDonald's.
Yeah,
is what you're
so
saying.
essentially it means Cuba doesn't have a McDonald's, but God bless our troops, they do. Yeah. But anyway, my favorite one here. There's a couple that list they don't have McDonald's anymore for different reasons. Then there's San Marino, which had a McDonald's for 20 years. It only had one McDonald's from 1999. They got rid of it last year, 2019. And it ceased operations due to proximity to nearby Italian restaurants and due to the fact that it was, quote, upsetting the Italians.
Don't piss off the Italians, man.
Why? How was it
find that to be
upsetting
pretty
them?
fun. Not being a McDonald's, I suppose.
Serving food.
Are we
And then-
supposed to buzz in, or
You could
gonna-
just talk. There's only two people, so you can talk.
All right, I might buzz
Um,
or clap or something.
All right, you're welcome to do that.
That's a clap. That's what it'll be like.
All
Just
right.
like that.